Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Angel Tarot Show. I'm Radley Valentine, and I'm so excited to see you. Well, wow, just like that, poof, February has just about come and gone. We're here for February 26th through March 4th for our self-love series for February. Now, over the last 3 weeks, we've spoken about self-love for the mind, self-love for the heart, and self-love for the body. And this week, we're going to finish up with perhaps the most important one of all, self-love for the soul. So we're going to start with writing a gratitude list. So make a list of all the things that make your soul sing. What makes you so happy? I know that for me, it's my Shelties, Riley, and Faith. They make me so happy. And there are other things in my life, both material and not material, that make me very happy. Write a gratitude list about that. And then light a candle. Light a candle and read that gratitude list into the light, into the candle, saying, thank you, angels, for all these blessings, all these wonderful things that really, really matter to me. And set that list aside, put it someplace where you can pick it up and do this again for like 7 days. For 7 days, light 7 candles, or the same candle 7 times is fine. But, and remind yourself of all the things that you're grateful for. Another thing, it might seem silly, but, bake a cake or do, it's like cakes or pies. It's this lovely little thing, right? That happens where we get to make something that takes a while, that we can think about, that we have to put the ingredients in, and then it has to bake, and then it has to be iced, and bake that cake and think about that cake is in gratefulness to your soul and to your divine connection with the universe, source, God, goddess, whatever you like to call it. Help someone in need. It's like if you know somebody that needs help, even if it's just like to clean out their garage, but help somebody in need, help somebody that is finding themselves a little either under the weather or feeling like they just can't win, but help someone in need. The good you do comes back to you. And so it's just a little bit of good karma. And then when you need help, the universe remembers that and sends somebody to help you. Another thing that you can do for your soul is allow your emotions to unfold without judgment. So when you have emotions, if you feel fear, if you feel anxiety, if you feel worry, then sit down and allow your emotions to wash through you and just go, okay, I am noticing this. And I am also noticing where these emotions might not be actually correct, where these emotions might not be logical, where this might just be illogical fear, irrational fear, and allow that to happen. Another thing you can do is create a bucket list. I have never done this, but it's like make a list of all the things that you want to do, with the time that you have left on planet Earth. What are the things that you want to experience? I used to have vintage Thunderbirds. I'm a real big vintage car guy. My first one was a 1965 Thunderbird, and it was a money pit. I mean, it's just terrible. I was 19 years old, and it was a money pit. But then I got a 64 convertible that was white with a turquoise interior. And then I had what did I get next? I got a 1960 that was sky blue with a dark blue top and a two-tone blue interior. And then I had a red one that was triple red, a 66. And then I let those cars, I didn't have them all at the same time, by the way. This was to me a progression of cars. But then I let that go. And it's back. If I had a bucket list, it would be back on my bucket list. I want a vintage Thunderbird again, because I want to be able to go to car shows, and I want to get to be able to interact with other people who have a like interest. So what is on your bucket list? What are the things that are sort of like sitting here that you're like, I really, really want to do this in my life? Here's one, and this works for me every single time. Have a cuddle with a loved one or a pet. Cuddling up with my girls, Riley and Faith, really does make my heart sing. And so cuddle with them, cuddle with someone you love, and just let yourself feel that. Another thing is watch a comedy and laugh hard. It's like, if you have not says, I don't know if I can suggest a movie. There's no reason I can't do that, right? So it's like, if you haven't seen Knives Out, Glass Onion, you need to. It is hilarious. It's fun. It's this way, that way, zigzag. It's very much a comedic mystery, like Agatha Christie, and I love Agatha Christie stuff. It's like, watch something like that where you can laugh hard. Another movie that I love that makes me laugh every single time I watch it is Auntie-Mame, not the Lucille Ball one. That's not a good one. The original one, Auntie-Mame. But it's like, watch something that makes you get to laugh really loud and hard. Another thing is poetry. For some people, poetry is really a connection to the soul. Find your favorite poet and read the poetry and allow the words and the joyfulness of the words, or the sadness, if that's what is touching your soul right now, to move through you. Another thing is listen to some uplifting music. Music is very powerful in my life. I love music. I've always loved music. It plays in my house all day long, except when I'm recording something. But I also have to know what music I'm listening to. When I first get up in the morning, it's always dark when I get up, always. It's still dark outside. And so I choose these, like, what do I want to call it? It's a meditation music. Sometimes it can be a little bit drone-like, but it's like, and that works for when it's dark and the sun hasn't come up and all that kind of stuff. But I notice that if I leave that on during the day, that it starts to affect my mood in an adverse way instead of a peaceful way. And so I have to switch it up. I have to change it to jazz or change it to meditation music, but that's not drone-like, but it's got a true melody and a true orchestral kind of sound to it. But music really will affect your soul and your emotions. So choose wisely. Another thing is take photographs of small moments. I tell you what, I need to glue this to my hand, because these two little ones are constantly doing something to make me wish I had had my camera in my hand so that I could have taken a picture of that. Take some pictures of small moments and keep them and look at them later, because those small moments really do mean a lot. Another thing is positive affirmations. Affirmation cards are out there, but you don't have to have affirmation cards. You can create your own affirmation. It can be something along the lines of, I am abundant and prosperous. I am abundant and prosperous in everything I do. So, or you might be, I attract love in all aspects of my life. Or what else? My body is healthy and strong, and I am fit as a fiddle and ready to fly. Whatever works for you, whatever your concern is, create an affirmation and repeat it. Now, I warned you guys 3 weeks ago that this was probably going to be on every list, and it is meditation. Meditation is a great way to connect with the soul, to connect with the inner guidance that is within. If you can't meditate, as I've said before, it's like, try guided meditations. I have a bunch of them on my website. I do them constantly because I enjoy doing them, and I'm really good at it. I found that out late in my career, but I'm really good at it. And so I enjoy doing it because I know how hard meditation can be for some people, especially if you're quintuple Sagittarius and you're just a big ball of fire. Then it's like guided meditation can really, really help, because someone is speaking you, talking you, walking you through. And so your mind is less likely to be thinking about the grocery list as it is if you're just sitting. And I meditate to music always, 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 always. Sitting in stone cold silence, that is going to get me absolutely nowhere. So guided meditation can really be the solution to that. So try them out, radleyvalentine.com. You'll find some on my website. Another thing is journaling. Journaling can be really, really helpful for you to connect to what is going on in your heart and what is going on in your life, and what things are you noticing that you want to continue to notice, and what things are you noticing that you don't want to continue to give any energy to. Another thing is prayer. Sorry about that. It's like I got sideways with the word prayer because at some point in my life, I got where I realized that organized religion was not working for me, and I needed to do something that was more spiritually based in the belief systems that I had. And so I started calling it meditations. I would say, I will think of you in my meditations. Well, potato, potato, tomato, tomato. It's the same thing. And so I kind of like took the word prayer and praying back about 2 or 3 years ago. Prayer is a really powerful and important aspect of our lives to connect with the divine, to get messages back, to also to request the things that we feel we need or that we want. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in the form of an archangel for you. Another thing is practice mindfulness throughout the day. Stop and take a moment and be mindful about where you are in the moment of now, not the moment of last year, not the moment of next year or tomorrow, the moment of now. Be in the now. Be in nature. I think this one actually came up in every list as well. It might have, to the extent that you can, be in nature. Volunteer to help other people, volunteer to do something with your energy, with your time, with your creativity, with your intellect, whichever way you want to, but volunteer to help the world, because the world needs love really badly right now. So volunteer to love the world if that's what you want to do. I think listen to music was on every single one as well. In fact, I think did I do that one twice? I probably did it twice. Let's see, what's next? Finish a task or a chore, something that that's been sitting there where you are like thinking, oh gosh, it's like I have this thing that I need to do and I just keep marking it off. Just do it. Just do it, get it over with, get it off your list, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. So now here's a couple of what I've called big guns for you. So first of all, and this might seem odd, but think about this. Carry a picture of yourself as a child with you. Just find a picture of yourself as a child that you like, that you think, oh, I guess that's kind of cute, that's cool, that you like. And you can snap a picture of it with your phone, so you don't have to carry the physical copy of the picture if that's what you have. And then pull it out regularly to say loving and healing things to your inner child. Just pull it out and go, oh, Brad, you're doing such a good job. I'm so proud of you. And look, you were such a cute little tyke, and now look where you are. You're doing a lot of hard work for the world. Good for you. Give your inner child the love, okay? Give your inner child the love. Another thing is automatic writing to your guardian angels. So if you're new to me, everybody has at least 2 guardian angels in my work over the last almost 40 years. Everybody has at least 2 guardian angels, and they're with you 24/7. They're devoted to you and nobody else but you, just you. And so one of the things that you can do is called automatic writing. And you can take out a journal or just a piece of paper and say, dear guardian angels, what do you want me to know today? And then the way automatic writing is you just write what comes. What is the answer? What comes? Don't judge it. Don't question it. Don't worry about it. It's just like if you get, dear beloved, we are so glad to hear from you. Well, dear guardian angels, what do I need to know today? Well, the first thing you need to know is that we are really excited to speak with you, and we would like to speak with you all the time. And please keep doing this on a daily basis. And by the way, celery would be good for your diet. I don't know if celery is good for anybody's diet, but whatever. And if guardian angels are not your vibe, if that feels a little funny or wacky to you, you can you can do automatic writing to your higher self. But I'm betting if you're sitting here listening to a podcast called The Angel Tarot Show, you might be open to angels. That's what I think. I'm guessing that's true. So 2 archangels. Archangels are big angels that take care of the whole world, and they're omnipresent. They can be available to you at the same time that they're being available to all 7.5 billion people on planet Earth. Don't put God in a box. Don't say, how is that possible? They are beings of the light. They are created by God. They are messengers of God. They can do it. It's okay. Just trust me. So there's this one archangel whose name is Sandalphon. And Sandalphon comes in a turquoise kind of color. And he is said to lift our prayers from earth to heaven and sit them at the throne of the divine, where the prayers can be answered, and then to bring those prayers back down to earth and present them to us in a way that we can recognize them and notice them. So remember, I was talking about prayer and praying. Sandalphon's your guy. Another archangel is Raguel. His name means the friend of God, and he comes in a pale robin's egg blue kind of color. And Raguel can help us to meet people who can help us to find the things that we need in our lives. And that might be like joy, that might be a connection to the soul, mentors, teachers, spiritual advisors. And then finally, Shamuel. Shamuel's name means the eyes of God, and he is the archangel of personal and global peace. So if you feel like your soul is a little rattled and a little beat up these days, Raguel can help you to find personal peace. So again, our theme for the month of February has been self-love for the mind, body, heart, and soul. So check out all of those podcasts at mindbodyspirit.fm. You can download the app and you can listen to all of them. For January, our topics were about a fresh start in all these different areas of our life. And you can still go have a fresh start from those podcasts, even though we're going into March. You can have a fresh start whenever you want. Next up is the energetic weather report for February 26th through March 4th.